Good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Hope everybody had a nice evening. This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, which are significant, please consult with a licensed financial advisor since I'm not one of them. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday. And let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. I see gold on a rampage, and every so often, this will happen with gold. Let's take a quick look at the gold chart, and I know Rao is a happy camper. This is what our gold chart looks like on an 8 Unirenko. The actual strategy is looking at a 2 Unirenko, but gold is at the $3,300 level. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Rodney. Duke, the Dukester. Edward, thanks for joining us this morning. Ankh, it's always a pleasure to see you, sir. K9, my man. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning, Gambit. MJ's in the house. And Scott, thanks for joining me this morning. All right, today, let's try to close this week out on a positive note. We're already going to, it'll be a positive week, but now it's either going to be a great week or just a mediocre week. Any week you don't lose money is a good week. Let's be real. We're in it to win it. Gold is up 1380. It looks like volume has come down just a little bit now. It's right back in short. And if today's your first day joining us, my name's Rory Powers. I'm with Right Line Trading, and I'm showcasing the AI Auto Trader and the iBots. These are fully automated trading strategies that run within the NinjaTrader 8 platform. Once these bots are enabled, they will execute and manage the trades on your behalf. Fully automated. No experience required. Just plug in and play. It also has a semi-automated component where if the trades are triggered, the stop and profit target is projected on your chart. We have some members that like to manage their own position. They'll move the stop and profit target as they see fit. And all of the chart templates and strategy templates are included in the trading system. In fact, today at 1 o'clock, we're right back in short on gold. Today at 1 o'clock, we're going to have a live presentation, and we're going to do kind of a deep dive into the nuts and bolts of the system. I'll tell you, looking at the price action on gold, it's very tempting to try to jump into one of these trades, but I've got to stick with what's been working. Gold has come to the top of my leaderboard. What we do is we run these strategies through the overnight session, through the Asian Open, the London Open, and we get what we call a leaderboard. I've only been running these since about 7 o'clock this morning. So since 7 a.m., this is what my leaderboard looks like. These are the bots that are performing the best in this current trading session. I think ever since January 20th, the only thing for certain has been the uncertainty in the market, causing gold to be extremely volatile. And we have days, maybe a few times a month, that we'll see gold just crush it. And gold is a bot that we have in our toolbox that we can always enable and try to capitalize on the volatility when institutional money is influencing it. We really don't like to trade through news reports. So what we do each morning to prevent any unpleasant surprises is we check our Forex Factory calendar. It's a great practice to know the trading environment. It's almost like diving into a swimming pool. You want to know how deep it is. Same with trading. You want to know what the trading environment looks like. What are the news reports? What did the market do in the in the current session? So here we go. Today is Friday. Yes, April 25th. If you're with us today, that's the good news. Hallelujah. We are still in this game. This morning at 10 a.m., it looks like Canada had some pretty big reports come out at 8:30. And here in the U.S. at 10 o'clock, we have an orange folder, which we'll have to respect that. We have the revised consumer sentiment, revised inflation expectations. Those, when they're just coming out in red folders, they're market movers for sure. But something caused gold to become very volatile, and I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with these Canadian reports. Let's see what the news was. 16 minutes ago, they released a press release that Trump is very close to a deal with Japan. Canadian retail trade decreased. So not a good picture for Canada. All right. And we're going to get ready for our power play trade of the day here. Good morning, Ken. Thanks for joining me. Dr. Phil, good morning. That was a good movie. Which AI do we use for gold? You should, I believe you have one that's called the Sim. Maybe you don't. In Discord, we do have a bot. It's on a 2 Renko that runs on gold. It's very streaky. It's either hot or cold. It's either, there's no lukewarm with that strategy. It's red hot or ice cold. You don't have the gold AI? Let's take a look and see where it is. Yesterday, by the way, and I have a weekly review that I've gone over I'm going to go over the best spots. And man, did we have a leaderboard this week. This was, I'm telling you, this was a week for the books. Let me see where the gold strategy is. GC to you. I'm wondering if this is it here. Yeah, this is it here. GC2U. So this is the strategy template. It looks like it was posted back on, I want to say back on February 14th on Valentine's Day in the software updates channel. Software updates channel, February 14th. Looks to be a version of the gold 2 Unorenco. I would recommend downloading it for days like today when it just shoots to the top of your leaderboard and it can't take a losing trade. It's not often, but it does happen. Yesterday, I did put in the strategy collaboration channel the lag analyzer. It's an indicator that you can import. You would download and import it here. And I've also put a template for your market analyzer. If you download it, what you would do is simply go to your documents folder and find NinjaTrader 8. So step number 1 would be download and import this indicator. It's called the NT8NS Data Lag Analyzer. Zip. Download it here, import it right into NinjaTrader. After you've done that, you're going to download this market analyzer template. Once you've downloaded that, if I download that, what happened was it came here and it said, hey, this could harm your device. Do you want to keep it? So I'm going to say keep. And then I'm going to click where it is in my folder, in my File Explorer. And my File Explorer pops open, and I'm going to right click on it, cut it, and here's the path. You're going to go to Documents, NinjaTrader 8, Templates, Market Analyzer, and I'm going to paste it right here. This is your path. Documents, NinjaTrader 8, Templates, Market Analyzer, open that folder and paste it right here. And then that will give you the ability. Oops, I just closed YouTube. Sorry about that. That'll give you the ability to build this right here. And the way you would do it, you would go to your control center, click New, Market Analyzer. Once this pops up, you're going to right click it and you're going to go to Templates, Load, and you're going to select that template we just pasted and you're going to load it. And that's going to bring up, well, let's just do it. Templates, Load. And now my last step is to right click again and add the instruments that I want on there. Gold, the NASDAQ, the E-mini. Very important, very important. With these bots, you want to make sure that you're not getting a lot of lag. And I'll clip that video and I'll post it later. All right, so let's get ready for our Power Play trade of the day. Let's get the trade copier. Let me see here. We're going to put it on the Power Play. All right, 8. Get on the PA accounts. They're on. And the AI Power Play drone. Lock her up. All right, let's bring this over. Gold's back in, but what we're going to do here is I'm going to move the gold chart, and we're just going to bring up our 20 Unorenco. Now, the way the Power Play trade works is the Power Play trade is executed on this 30 range chart. And what we're looking for is we're looking for an alignment of really trend. We refer to it as market structure. We want the price to be for a long entry. We need price to be above the 50. The 50 is our moving average. It's this line here that's red, yellow, green, and now it's green and price is above it. So what that means is we're only going to look for a long entry on our 30 range chart. In order for us to take a short position on this 30 range, we would need this 20 Unirenko to drop below our 50. I always like to look at the trading environment. It's kind of been in this channel all morning. Let's see what it did overnight. We had a big drop at the London Open. It's slowly retracing. For the New York Stock Exchange, for the New York Open. So we're kind of filling in that gap from the overnight session. So let's let the market open. It's 9:30. Good luck, everybody. And let's give the market a few minutes to settle down. And let's try to find a direction where we have a clear shot to our profit target. We don't want to trade into any support, and we don't want to trade into any resistance. We'd like to get a break of support or resistance in the direction of the trend. We're headed towards resistance now. If we can break through this area with some really nice buying pressure, it's starting to look juicy. But let's see what happens. It's early. Okay, starting to set up for a short, actually. Our 20U is, right now, momentum is headed down. You see my RSI line. Momentum is down, but it's right into the 50. It's either going to bounce here or it's going to break through. My power play, I haven't enabled my copier, but just as that 20U broke, it popped in my power play short. And if we get some follow through, I am going to enable my copier. Yep, there we go. It's going to come right into our profit window. Boom, which it did. So now I'm going to enable my copier. We've got a short, we're looking for a short entry now. See if we can get a continuation short. Got this downside support. Now I really don't have an alignment here. Let's hold off just for a minute. Now we do. Let's go long. Get us in the game. Pop up. Get us in. Okay, there we go. We're in. Let's get some follow through to the upside. Push up. Nice. Push up. Push up. All right, I got my PAs off. I'll keep my evals in. We're right up to upside resistance, which I never like. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit here. Now we're in our profit window. Push up just a little higher. Push up. All right. Oh, look at this. My copier. Okay. All right. So we caught that nice long move on the power play. We had the alignment with the 20U and the 30 range long. We almost got sucked into that short move. I'm glad it didn't enter. And it's right back in. And this power play, let me tell you, I was looking at the statistics, the numbers. Anybody get that power play trade? Here's another. Missed that one? Grab this one. Nice. Great job, Carol. Yes. K9. Tony. Great, Scott. Bam. That's the way to end the week right there. I look to make 250 to 500. I really wanted to end the week on a positive note. I might have exited a little too early, but that's okay. I'll take it. $700 on a Friday has a nice ring to it. Let's bring over the weekly performance on the PA accounts, and that put us right to 27.59 for the week. We went 4 for 5. Our only losing day was Wednesday, and what I remember about Wednesday was we had a red folder news report at 9:45, and right before that red folder news report, Trump came out with a news release about the tariffs in China, so the market was just on fire. Heavy volatility. I got in over my head, and we took a losing day on Wednesday. But other than that, 27.59 for the week. I'll take it. 80% win rate. I'm not changing a thing. And we'll just take our little bitty and have a nice weekend with it. Let's get our strategies all. Let's set everything off now. I wanted to have a nice clean shot at that morning move, and we caught this nice up move right in here. And Gambit, good morning. Thank you for joining us. We actually automated that power play strategy. I do use a little discretion, to be 100% honest. Although it is an automated strategy, I do time, and it's important to know this, and I discussed it with Matt, one of our new clients yesterday, is if you're a prop trader, or even if you're trading a live account and you want to trade prop accounts and a live account, we have a lot of members who do that. With one of these trade copiers, what I do is I time when I click on. Okay, when you see me click on, it's game on for me. That means I'm looking for the next automated entry. To answer your question, Gamut, on the NASDAQ 30 range power play strategy, that's our fully automated strategy that runs this power play entry. And I'm very happy to be on the sideline on a Friday morning with $1,925 in profits across 6 accounts. I just enabled all my iBots at once, and I'm getting a little bit of a freeze up. So excuse me. In fact, I just crashed. So let me restart my Ninja. I'm really sorry. Oh, Eckert, I'm sorry to hear that. Just stepped in a banana peel, and I apologize. Don't worry, Eckert. We're going to get it back. 305, I don't know what size account you have, but when I'm only down 300, I go for one more. But it is Friday, and it's your call. Buenos días, mi hermano. Damn. What happened? Did you take the short entry? Oh, you took the entry before the automated entry, right? Ronald? My system had taken the same trade and I didn't have my copier enabled. Is that what happened? Just so I know. What I was telling Matt yesterday was wait until you see me enable that trade copier. When you see me enable that trade copier, got it, Ron. Yeah, I saw that entry. I was worried that you got pulled into it. Okay, let me get these enabled. Let's just do maybe 3 at a time. Oof, that's a tough entry there. Oh, we got in the we're in the 1-day pass. Let's check it out. The NQ AI NQ 30 range 1-day pass. That's one of our 2 top 1-day passes. It was in a short too. It got wicked out right here. Just came back and stopped us out. On the NASDAQ, we need that extra room. We set it up to where you get 2 shots at it. Probably best off just taking one shot with a bigger stop. Now my ES 30 range is in. Here's the one-day pass on the ES 30 range. This strategy's been red hot. Been big trouble. No follow through the downside on the E-mini. Not yet. The one-day pass on the ES got stopped out. What is working on the ES is the 30 range star. 30 range star is in. Let's bring up our 30 range chart. AIES 30 range star bot. The 8U got crushed today. Ooh. Oh yeah, the 30 range one-day pass just nailed one. You see that? Okay, here we go. We're starting to crank up now. Let me go back to my strategies. Ah, that's my loss limit there. On a 50,000, that is my loss limit, Eckert. If I take two losers on a 50,000 or even on a 100,000, I just call it a day right there. Because I can make it back in one session, just about. If I hit a 500, I'll be back to break even. Don't worry. We will get it back. Fridays are historically tough days. Bam. The NQ30 range did its business. Param Roop. With exception to on the iBots, with exception to the 1 minute this week, I'm going to show you numbers that'll really blow your mind. But we'll show you with the entire portfolio, and then we'll take out that 1 minute. The 1 minute just so happened to have a terrible week, but every other iBot scored big. The power play, just running it in full automation, did really well on my computer. In fact, I'll show you. I always, oh, jeez. Well, I had to restart. I did the same thing last week. Before the market opened, I took 45 minutes and went through every strategy's performance. And when I had to restart my computer just now, I think I lost everything I did. Unbelievable. Hey, good morning, Tom. Good to see you today there, sir. .30 range, 1 day pass, in, 20U sniper on the board. The Steven, oh man, Steven, it can be very exciting. Steven's on the board on the 8 Unarenko. Look, this is cumulative. If I put every single bot for the week, it's at 33. I eliminate that 1 minute iBot, and we're at $50,000 for the week. But you wouldn't really know to do that. So to be fair, 33,000. You needed a $50,000 account though. That's a lot of bots. Nobody's gonna. I mean, very few people have the size of account that would require to do that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. K-Man. My power. Can you hear my audio now? What I was saying about the iBots is they crushed it this week. I'm going to show you right now. I always like to do a weekly review. When I had to restart my computer, let me just get everything set up again. I'm really sorry. SLR. Good morning. With the iBots, I'm just going to go through them all, except for well, I'll show you the 1 minute. But they were all did extremely well. This is from the 21st to the 25th. Let's start the review. Looking at the iBots now are the bots that require the kinetic data feed. The trigger, what I mean by the trigger is in order for one of those iBots to execute a trade, it's looking at data from kinetic, from the stock market, on the cash market, and there has to be a huge imbalance between buyers and sellers. And really, that's how we track the flow of institutional money. We have our finger right on the pulse, the DNA of the market. Those internals are really the exact opposite of a lagging indicator. You can see I have my kinetic connected, and we have an algorithm that Sergio's coded that really I refer to it as the fastest trigger in automation. You leave your competitors in the dust. Look what these iBots did this week. My ES on the 20 range, the bot, what I found in pre-market was the bots, which time optimize them, they may have had slightly smaller drawdowns trading the bot, but overall the total net profit was significantly smaller on these iBots. So the iBot ES20 range bot was up 2,500. Win rate 76%. The drawdown was 1,100. If you look at the drone, which trades the entire session, it was up $5,700 this week. The win rate was off the charts at 85%. $5,700 on that iBot 20 range. The ES30 IBOT, very efficient, very efficient. $1,100 drawdown. You made a profit of $22.66. If you compare that to the drone, though, the drone did even better. $3,400, $1,100 drawdown. It would have been you'd been better off trading the drone straight through the whole session with a 93% win rate. Unbelievable. The ES4U on the iBot up $4,766. That's the bot. The bot had a max drawdown of $1,600. If we compare that to the drone, which trades straight through the whole session, the drone was up $5,400. The bot was up 47. So slightly better was the drone, but your drawdown was about 2,500. If you traded a 50,000 eval, you'd be okay. You'd have passed it almost twice. Cash account, you'd need at least, just to have a cushion, you'd need at least a $5,000 account to trade that strategy. On the micros, it would be significantly less. These are minis, not micros. The 16U, these are now we're pivoting to the NASDAQ. Those were all ES bots. Cumulatively, if you check off all of our bots on the E-mini as a portfolio, they did outstanding. $10,000 on the ES bots. 95.86. 80% win rate. 54 winning trades, 12 losers. So let's pivot over to the NASDAQ on these iBots. The 16U, just under 3,000. The drone on the 16U, 529. Now I've noticed that on the NASDAQ, the bot and drone technology works even better than the ES. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's because it just takes more trades on the NASDAQ. It's more volatile. But the bot was much more efficient. The bot was up 529 with an $8,000 drawdown. The 16U bot was up almost 3,000 with a $2,500 drawdown. Big difference. Big difference. Huge difference. So you definitely want to go with the bot to avoid that drawdown. The 1 minute got absolutely demolished this week, which is good information. Keep it in sim if trading that 1 minute until things turn around. The 20U, the bot, a very, very small drawdown, 1,600. Not too shabby. And it had a profit of 2,500. That's the 20 Unarenko NASDAQ. Compare that with the 20 Unarenko NASDAQ drone. The drone crushed it, 7,600. So you would have done far better. The drawdown was 2,750, but you would have made $7,600 trading that drone on the 20 Unarenko NASDAQ. 24 Unarenko, the bot's down 6,500. The drone's down $5,000. So the 24U and the 1 minute U, and the 1 minute, did poorly. The 30 range on the iBot down 846, and the drone was up 868. Here's the 30-second bot down 300, the drone down 600, and last but not least, the 600 tick. We got news in 1 minute. Thank you, Charles. We did discuss that at 10 a.m. We've got that orange folder. They're revisiting the inflation, the sentiment, the revision. Great, Carol. Check out this 600 tick. $7,000 on the iBot. 600 tick. Crushed it. Bam, we got a jump on the news. So that's how the iBots made out this week. You could see they scored big. We don't like to trade through these reports. We do let the system run through them in sim just to accumulate the data. Let's see what the news was. It's always fun to see the reaction, but I like to read the news. Could be something important. Friday, the revised consumer sentiment. Let's see what the report was. Didn't come out yet. Excuse me. Great job. Good thinking, Carol. Man, that's incredible. They're very streaky. They're very streaky. When institutional money is influencing that ticker, they really do well. We saw it with gold this morning. They were really playing with gold. Gold's up to 3,300 an ounce. Is that amazing? Let's see what it's done since. Oh, when I restarted, I lost the chart. I'm really sorry, Kevin. I saw I missed our appointment. How about Saturday? Today's a really bad day, but Saturday, I'll meet you anytime Saturday. I don't know if you have plans. I'm not exactly sure, Carol. Oh, okay, K-Man. Thank you. The consumer sentiment news. 52 versus the expected 50. So the consumer sentiment and the inflation expectations came out at 10. Well, that consumer sentiment can be very important. The perception is, man, really makes a difference. You're in Australia. I'm sorry. Must I try booking on your calendar again? Any day but today, right after the live stream. Today, man, I can't move today. I read your email. I felt really bad. I'm sorry. Thank you. All right, let's go to our leaderboard. Oh yeah, I wanted to show the power play. Let's see what the power play is at today. Ooh, it's down 13. Got beat up today. Something terrible. We like to catch it right around 9:35. Ooh, caught a nice move down here. A little late to the party. Yeah, this was our entry at 9:33. Caught that nice move up. Gold is down to 647, so it was hot pre-market, and then it cooled off. The IBOT 600 tick has just been on fire. Let's take a look at that one. Oops, sorry about that. This is the one I showed last. It's just absolutely crushed it this week. Okay, let me show you the AI bots. 21st to the 25th. The 8U is doing well, and today it got hammered. This 600 tick could very easily be, if this breaks through this last layer, the last line of defense, we could get a really nice pop to the upside. We got some running room here. The Bears said not so fast. But we're in the profit window here. It's either a $500 or $1,000 winner. 500 or 1,000. 1,000 has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Boom, there it goes. It just popped through there with a lot of volatility. Man, we have some running room. Here we go. Everything lit up. Long. 24U. No real surprises this week, I got to tell you. The What really did the best were the by far were the iBots. The iBots just dominated this week. Okay, let's go to the power play. Let's take a look at this week. Um, this is the data. Let's put it over here. The power play drone. If we do an analysis, it's up 27.72 for the week. This is our power play drone. That's the strategy that we're trading the first half hour of the market open, looking for the alignment of trend. So if we do the analysis, I would like to look at it at the half hour of the day. We want to see our entry times, and it shows at 9:30 we have a really nice window between 9:30 and 10. They're both connected, K-Man. My primary connection is probably kinetic. What I did was, that's a good question actually, and it's interesting to know this. When we set you up on the iBots, if you go to in NinjaTrader to your tools and you look at your options for market data, what it allows you to do is set a preferred connection for your indexes, which is what we're streaming from Kinetic, and from your futures. Usually I stream the futures. I have the Kinetic futures, so I think it's best since Kinetic is really regarded as a professional grade data feed. I would think it's superior to Rhythmic, but I don't have any firsthand knowledge of that. That's just an opinion. But if I didn't have live data for futures on Kinetic and I just subscribed to their basic feed for $78, then I would put my futures data on my Rhythmic. If I was trading prop accounts, if I was trading my live account on NinjaTrader, I would put it on NinjaTrader Continuum, and I would make my preferred connection for futures, whatever account I'm trading, and for indexes for Kinetic. So this way, you're able to stream for these iBots. You're able to get that data as your primary connection for the indexes. That's a good question, K-Man. Yeah, Kinetic for iBot. Yes. I do have them both connected because I'm trading the prop account. So the summary on the power play is pretty good. Today it took a beating, but for the week it's 27.72. The vast majority of those profits are between 9:30 and 10. The ES30 range on the AI system continues its winning streak, and I'm going to ask Robert for an update. I usually ask him on Fridays where he's at. He's been running it the longest. Robert, God bless him, he really talented professional in this niche at the optimization of these strategies. The iBot NQ30 second. Wow, that thing's a monster. Um, he's the one that shared the settings with our community, and it's become one of our most profitable and powerful bots, most consistent. That ES30 range this week, you could see what it did. 43.70. Draw down 2,500. So the ES30 range on the AI was a winner. The ES8U had really a stellar week coming into today. Today it unfortunately had a down day. The bot was up 1382. It was up significantly more coming into today's session. The drone was down 7,000. If we look at the drone on the analysis, we could see when it does well. Does well in that overnight session and then pre-market. Our bot did good after the session break and that 1 o'clock in the morning, that Asian session. Our 20U Mac truck with this volatility, those bigger bars on the NASDAQ prevent you from getting into get whipsawed. There was some really nice trends this week. And those bigger Unorenco bars, the 150 range, the 20 Unorencos, 16, 24 Unorencos, will remove a lot of that static and give you a nice, beautiful, clean, smooth chart. Let's look at the 20 Unorenco chart. That's really the beautiful part about Unorenco bars is how they eliminate all the noise, all the static. That's a 20 Unorenco bar. Each bar in the direction of the trend is 20 ticks. That's a big bar. That's 5 points for every bar in the direction of the trend. And our one-day passes. My haymaker was up a little bit pre-market, but about break even. What I do when I see these strategies like this on my performance, and when you get the AI Auto Trader or the iBots, we have a tool that sets everything up for you. And we set up every one of our bots in its own individual SIM account. And the reason we do that is so you can get a historical performance of each one of your bots. We really allow the data to make all of the decisions for us. We find something in the data that gives us a rationale or a good reasoning to do a strategy. It's a moneymaker. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. So what I like to do when I see the haymaker, the drone had $15,000 in profits. So I try to find how can I zero in on that $15,000 in profits. So I'll look at my bot, and it really didn't zone in on it. So I'll look at my analysis, and I'll look at the half hour of the day, my entry times, and I'll see, at 9:30, this is a bot that really likes the market open. From 9:30 to 10, it crushes it. Then at 10 to 10:30, it kind of gives it back. And then one thing settled back down, and between 11 and 12, it had a really good run. So the net profit, let's put it to the top. Our number one window is at 9:30. Our number two window is at 11, right here. And our one-day passes for prop traders, our ES30 range one-day pass this week, had about a 55% rate of getting a winning trade. 55%. I always like to under promise and over deliver. So let's call it 33% on the one-day passes. specifically the ES30 range and the NASDAQ 30 range. Those are two of our strongest one-day passes. If you have a prop firm like Apex that allows the one-day pass and they're running a 90% sale, and you want to save yourself a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears, statistically speaking, you should pass 1 out of 3 evals with those one-day passes. The ES this week had a 55% win rate. If we look at the NASDAQ 30 range, had about a 51% win rate. So those came in 1 and 2 on my computer for our one-day passes. The YM is sometimes up there. Let's take a look at the YM. No, not this week. So the NQ ES30 and the ES30 range. Unk, there you got them. Yeah, in the new update, we released the templates that's fully automated now. We also have, it should be on our master spreadsheet. We have a master spreadsheet in Discord that gives you all the settings and parameters for each one of the bots. We're gaining some traction out of the short side. Here comes the ES8U scalper. Oh, this is the one that all week just absolutely crushed it. And now today, now it's getting some getbacks right now. Wow, getting a big sell-off here. Maybe they're, I'll check the master spreadsheet, Unc, and make sure that they're on there for you, okay? Now today, last but certainly not least, today at 1 o'clock p.m., I'm going to go in detail, in depth, about how I was able, let me show you this performance, and this is what we're going to be covering today. We've got a live presentation at 1 o'clock that I'm really looking forward to. And what's really got everybody, you know, me included, everybody so excited is the performance, right? When it all boils down to it. It can sound wonderful and great, but if it doesn't make money, who cares? The good news is we've got something that's making money, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now the PA accounts, these PA accounts are funded accounts. You could see here from January 15th, to April 25th, and these are all trades taken live on YouTube. It's not made up in fictitious and fake results on a back test. These are trades that we took together that are all recorded on these funded accounts with Apex, and that we are from January 15th to today, we are at $27,038. If I put this to weekly, you could see our weekly performance. We have 1 week that we lost money. We lost 900 on each account, across 3 accounts for 2,700. But every other week, we did beautiful. You could see how my cumulative just goes. The equity curve is just beautiful. This is the one down week, and every other week goes up. Um, just a beautiful, beautiful equity curve. That's broken down in weekly. When I go to monthly, it's smoothed out even nicer. Let's see if you could do it on a daily. Yeah, you can. But look, an equity curve like this is what's got us so excited. Today's webinar, and I'm going to put the link in the chat box. I have to open my notepad. I'm really sorry. At 1 o'clock today, 1 p.m. Eastern. Come join me. If you can't make it live, go ahead and register anyway. This way you'll be guaranteed to get the replay. 27,000 we've made in 3 months. And we're going to go over exactly how it works and how we did it. This is a great opportunity to learn more. And I did some arm twisting yesterday because they were talking about price increases. But I begged them and bought some more time. So I've got a really great offer with these prop trading templates. They're going to soon be a completely separate product. But if you join me today, the prop trading templates, the 1-day passes, and those PA account templates that we're just crushing it with, the power play, they're going to be included with the offer for free. So make sure you join us today. If you can't join us live, please register. Yeah, I'll show that, Eckert. It's really very simple the way I could show you. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. So to build the 20 Unarenko chart, the way that I would do it, that's going to be the simplest, the easiest way, Eckert, is right click. You see this tab on the bottom? It says NQ 30, NQ June 25th 30 range. That's my tab, bottom left of my chart. I'm gonna hover my mouse there, my cursor. I'm gonna right click, and I'm gonna say duplicate in new window. Duplicate in new window. So what's going to happen is this chart is going to duplicate itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click the chart and go to my data series. Whenever you're changing your time frames or the bar types, that's always going to be located in your data series or even the instrument you're trading. And I'm going to change my range to a Unarenko. That's the bar type. So under my data series type goes to Unarenko. And the Unarenko bar has 3 settings: the tick trend, open offset, tick reversal. I'm going to make it 20, 60, 100. And I'm going to make sure that I'm loading only 500 bars. I don't want any more than 500 bars. I can get away with 250. 250 bars, and then I just click OK. Now I'm on the NASDAQ 20 Unarenko. And if I want to rename my tab at the bottom, if I don't want all these letters and numbers, I can right click and select rename. And I'll just name it my NQ 20U. And now I've got an NQ20 range chart. Did you see that, Eckert? Congratulations, K9. Tony got funded today. He passed his eval. This is, man, you crushed it. You crushed it, man. And luckily, he sidestepped that Wednesday, that banana peel. He sidestepped it. He accidentally had his strategy enabled not to trade Wednesdays. God is good. So, Ocean's K9. First weekend, 4 for 4, and passed his eval. That's the way to go. Awesome job. Congrats, man. All right, so it's 10:30. Let's go over our leaderboard. Remember today at 1 o'clock. Come join me. We'll have a little fun. We always have a little fun on Fridays. This was the way the leaderboard looked today. 20 Unarenko Nasdaq. Our one-day pass on the NQ30 range scored. It took a loser and then two winners. I watched it. Caught a beautiful short trade. The 20U Sniper is in another trade now. It's up 2,900. Maybe we'll end with that trade. Let's see, the 30 range Star Drone, not too shabby, 1241. Sim 101, can't remember what that is. The 20 Unarenko Sniper, the bot, which works in tandem with this drone, also did well. This 600 tick, one of the best bots of the week by far. Wasn't even close. I bought NQ32nd. The gold ended up plus 650. It was red hot. I watched it at 9 to 9:30. Couldn't take a loser. Our MES, the PA account. Let's see where that one is for the week. That's a really great strategy. If you want to trade micros, if you have a 25,000 eval, and you're looking for a good strategy that takes very little risk, man, this MES has days like this. Let's take a look at the performance on that, just out of curiosity. Let's look at 13th to the 25th, last couple weeks. Let's wait for it. Let's go to that MES. Got a lot of accounts here. MES. Here it is. Ooh, it doesn't look very good. No, it's actually, let's do an analysis on it. This is just like a drone. It just trades away. This is the times of the day you want to trade it. Between 10 and 11:30, and then after lunch, take a lunch break at 11:30 to 12, and you got a really clear window of opportunity from 10 to 2. Forget these other times. Stay away. From 10 to 2, you'll do really well with this bot. That's the MES for the PA account. The Apex accounts, we did the power play. That's the one we've been winning on. Now, listen, we're going to ride that power play until the wheels fall off the wagon. I mean, until it's broke, we ain't going to fix it. $27,000 in 3 months. That's $9,000 a month. And the beautiful part about it is it's very little screen time. You notice? We're done within the first half hour of the market open. It will, Mr. K-Man. Thank you for joining us today. All right, everybody. Well, it is Friday. If you would, please like my video here on YouTube. It gives us a little traction. Put some new eyes on our products and services. Let me go back and show you how I ended up personally. Let's see. Let's put the 46, 47, 48. Let's go to the PAs. This is how we ended up on the Apex. The PA account, 700. And total, if you combine the evals, 1925. Some really beautiful results, especially for a Friday. So we closed the week just how we wanted to. We closed it with 4 out of 5 winning days. That puts us right at 80%, our goal. So I want to thank everybody one last time for joining me today. I hope you have a really blessed weekend. Hope you're able to spend quality time with those you care about the most. Let me show you where they are recorded so you can get to it. If you go to our YouTube channel, and on our YouTube channel, there's a tab called Live. If you click on that Live tab, you'll see all of the recordings historically. And each morning, if you come here, you'll see the one that we're about to go live on. Like you see David Wise, who's coming right behind me. It says upcoming. So if you want to stick around, David Wise is coming up next. And he'll be trading that SPY super system. And man, he's got an 89% win rate. He's no slouch. But that's how you find our recordings, Mr. K-Man. And if you want to join us next week, God willing, we should be right here on our live tab of our YouTube channel. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. I hope you have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next week. So long, everybody. Wait, we're in. Let's do the 600 tick to close. This is the top bot of the week, the iBot 600 tick. Just to give you an idea of where this bot is right now. This bot is up $9,700. Oh, wait, that's going way back. Hold on. I apologize. Oh, that's going to be this week because we just changed the names of these accounts. So this week, that is going to be accurate. It's at $9,700. 9,700. Let's generate it. Make sure everyone's on the right page. Boom. You see my stop? My stop just locked in 500. It's 500 or 1,000. 500 or 1,000. I always like to move my profit target one tick below. Bam. And it just hit it. So 1630. If I generate, it should go up. It should go to 10.7, 10.6. So 10.6 in 1 week on this iBot, 600 tick. Unbelievable. A trend meter dashboard? Yeah, we do. We call it our market analyzer. We do have a trend meter. Have a beautiful trend meter, in fact. I'll show it to you really quick. If It's part of the money flow tracker system, actually. We go to our market analyzer, and if I right click and I go to my templates, I have this multi-time frame. I have a multi-time frame Unorenco or a multi-time frame for time-based template, a time-based chart. And if I load my time-based, what we do is we remove, unless you're really swing trading, we remove the monthly and weekly. And now if I add my instruments, it's going to tell me, it looks at our core indicators, and it's going to tell me on a 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, or 4 hour what the overall trend is. And that's our trend meter. Right now, overall, it's showing flat. You got it. You got it, K-Man. All right. 10 grand. Oh, wait, it's back in. Well, listen, I can't close right now. Last trade, last trade. Let's see if we could break through this upside resistance. This 600 tick is on fire. Very quietly working its way up our leaderboard. Listen, people always ask me, how do I know which one should I trade? By going through your performance, just like how I did on my weekly review, is how you find which pots to trade. It's not a mystery. We want to trade the ones that perform the best. I saw this morning this 600 tick. If I wasn't doing so well on my power play, I definitely would have picked this bot to trade today. There's not a doubt in my mind. Boom, you see the stop? It just took all the risk off that trade. So it doesn't have a lot of wiggle room right now, but we have no risk. We've got a free shot at $1,000 right now. And it's going to lock in profits a couple more times on the way. We've got a really great trade management strategy that Sergio hard-coded into our strategy templates. We break through here, we could be off to the races. We're retesting this same area of resistance. We kind of triple topped just now, quadruple topped. Got a lot of sellers sitting right there at that price point. That's a 600 tick candle. Unfortunately, it didn't make it. All right, everybody. Thank you again. It says no ATM strategy because our ATMs, remember, Carol, in your strategy, we hard coded the ATMs. So we're not using most other companies, most other vendors, they did not hard code their ATM straight into the parameters of their strategy. And the way their strategies will work is they'll pin it to their chart and be able to use this ATM strategy. Ours, we hard coded in. So our strategies are not reliant on our charts whatsoever. They're completely independent of your charts. So we don't look at the ATM strategy that's associated with our chart trader. I hope that answers your question. The ATM is hard coded in the strategy parameters. Once that strategy is enabled, it overrides anything on your chart trader. Let's see if we break. We're looking for this break. It's picking up a lot of buying pressure off the kinetic data feed. Oh, thank you, Jorge. I hope you have a really nice weekend. Come on, let's pop up to the upside. Love to see this trade go. Taking some heat. You see my RSI line and my oscillators straight down, pinned down. That spells trouble, trouble, trouble. Let's see if we bounce off the 50. We're right between the 50 and the 15 now. That 50 is acting as support. Big, a nice, big time support. Things are building up. Here we go. It's going to retest. Let's try to hang in there for this trade. Come on, let's go. Retest. Doesn't have enough gas. Those big shots at those hedge fund managers, they're in their golf carts on the 13th, on the 19th tee, the 19th hole. Very low volume. We're under 1,000 contracts a minute. Here we go. Here's a retest. Let's see if we can get through. Tested that price. 1, 2. This is the third time, fifth time we're testing this same price. Can't break through. That's where they're sitting. The software does such a beautiful job of defining risk. It's just incredible to watch it. Normally, you'd need level 2 data to get that information, and it's very complicated to see it. Ooh, man. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Okay, we got stopped out. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll check it out, K-Man. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Stay blessed. So long.